What's good? What's good? What's good? I think we're live. We are live.
What you doing, man?
Welcome. Gotta give it a minute. You got to send up the notification. All right, there we go. I see people piling in now. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Late Night Leverage, the show where we talk market, we trade futures, and we have a good time. Man, we got some catching up to do, good people. We got some catching up to do. Man, we got some catching up to do, bro. Hold up 1 second. Let me get dang on. I'm trying to execute this trade. Actually, let me do 51.25. All right, bet. So that's where Asia OU at. And I'm gonna do like that, bro. All right, let's get it popping. What's good, man? How you been, man? It's been a week, man. We ain't talked to the people. Dre might join us. I don't know. I ain't heard from Dre in like 2 weeks, yo.
Facts. He in the trenches, keep putting in work.
Huh?
I know he in the trenches putting in work though.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he might join us. We'll see. But no, how you been though?
It's good. Like, I mean, I forgot to even tell you, I passed another combine today, bro. Like,
okay.
Even through all this BS, but I mean, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't like trading this market. It's crazy because I'm making money, but I don't like this market.
So that's gonna be that's definitely gonna be one of the topics I think we can cover. Is you're not the only one I feel that way, right? I think me and you we was talking earlier, and I think a lot of traders, or at least from what I see in the FinTwit world, people I talk to, they're like, even pros, right? A lot of pros are like, man, this is probably one of the toughest environments that I've had to trade in a while. And it's just a lot of back and forth, very headline driven. For the first, for the first 2 months of the year, and then if you want to include, November, December, we was just range bound. Right, so for 4 months we was range bound.
Yep.
Real choppy, no clarity. So that'll definitely be something we'll dive into tonight. Is just how this market, man. What else?
But, I mean, my side, like, I'm just talking about from the trading perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, energy.
That's
so I will say. So, I mean,
what?
Yeah. So we position well. It's just a matter of like, it's just the back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think So, but I guess before we get into any trades or anything like that, let's just do like a little quick shit. Let's do a quick catch up, right? So, let me just change the background real quick. So this is gray, and I'm gonna turn off a few indicators here real quick because we weren't live last week, but some key things happened that we had been talking about potentially happening. And let me pull my screen up now. And just y'all bear with me. For some odd reason, my computer has been running crazy slow. I probably need to like do a refresh. And I'm gonna just remove that. So okay, so I think the last time the last time we talked to y'all, it was on a Wednesday, right? I think it was Wednesday the 11th because I just looked when I had to do the note. So let me go find Wednesday the 11th, and that would be right here, right? So we was at the ES was at 68.13, bro. Last time we talked to folks, the ES was at 68.13. And last week was FOMC, right?
Yes, last Wednesday.
Okay, all right. So I'm just trying to like remember what the last thing we talked about. So go with after that Wednesday, the last 2 days, Thursday, Friday, we did end up selling down, right? So we had made a new low. And then coming into that following week was quad witching, as well as FOMC and PPI.
Yes.
As you can see, on Monday, we got like another gap down, but a slash push up. We pushed up to the Tuesday. Then Wednesday, the 18th, like you said, that was FOMC, where we got the reversal. So just a quick catch up on FOMC. No rate cut. And because of the whole energy spike that we seeing, we later learned that later in that, well, I think it was actually the day after, the market not only pushed out a rate cut, but they like started raising the odds of a rate hike in October.
Mm-hmm.
And then that got us to Friday, where Friday eventually the market actually got down to 6,500, and we actually hit 64.73, my G. So I know you and Jay was talking about 64.75 from a gamma perspective. We sold down in quad witching, and we hit that level, right? And then that brings us to where we are now, right? So that was a quick little rundown. Ain't gonna go do too much, but then Monday. So then, we hit the 50-week moving average. We hit 6,500. If you on a daily, that's the 200 moving day average. All this good stuff, right? And we got a pretty decent bounce into the close.
Yes, we did.
Then some news came out again, and this is probably the frustrating part, and this is what you were talking about, Quadree, is just that every day there seems to be some type of headline of either de-escalation or escalation. It changes every freaking 15 minutes, and the market is so reactive to that stuff that if you don't really know what's what, it will chop you up. So with that being said, as we got into the close on Friday, there was some news that hit the wire like, oh, we might be winding the war down.
Yep.
Right. Then the next day, Saturday, he says, Iran got 48 hours to open up the strait, or we're going to bomb their power plants and infrastructure. So then Sunday, Iran say, well, if y'all do that, we gonna hit all the energy stuff y'all got over here in the Gulf. Right? So, super tough talk over the weekend. That caused the market to then gap down on Monday. Then comes the infamous taco moment.
Yes.
Right? So Monday morning, if I go down to now, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to an hourly, because you got to see how just how sensitive price is. So right here, Monday morning at 7 a.m. Let me zoom in on this. Right. Zoom in on this. So 7 a.m. right? Trump tweets, you know what? I'm gonna do a 5-day pause on any energy strikes.
Yep.
Right, we're not going to do no strikes on their stuff. We'll do a 5-day pause. And bro, in 15 minutes, the market shot up 3.5%.
Instantly. Like
that 15-minute candle was ridiculous, bro. So you got that. Then the rest of the day on Monday was a bunch of back and forth. of, well, no, we had talks. Yes, we had talks. A whole bunch of back and forth, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then that kind of like set the tone. And then here we are today, where we pretty much had, from a futures perspective, a doji day, right? It was real choppy. But once again, a bunch of back and forth rhetoric of, oh, we had good talks. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Pakistan is a delegation. No, they're not. A bunch of back and forth. And then ultimately it leads to what happened. And we all caught up now, which is that if you don't know, after the bell, specifically at 4:16.
Yep. Shot, boy.
The news comes out that there may be potential of a 1 month ceasefire. And instantly the market shot up about like 60 points, but by the time it settled, it was back down to like 40 points.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, a lot of back and forth. So here we are, man. I say all that to say that for me, and this just ties into what we started off with, which as far as just, a tough trading environment. I came into this year and I told the runners this, and I said, look, man, this year, price first. I'm focused on nothing but price and then everything else after, right? Because usually I like to try to, I do tie in macro, fundamental, all that stuff to try to, make sure I have a good picture. But this year I was like, you know what? This year I'm just gonna do price first and then everything else, meaning I'm just gonna follow what I see price doing, and I'm just gonna assume that whatever happens, excuses is going to either make the move, is either going to make the market move that way or it's not, right? Either the news is going to validate what I see in price or it's going to invalidate it, right? And I have to say that at least for us, right? Like you say, it has been a tough trading environment. But I would say for us, and the runners, we were well prepared, bruh. Like, this year, energy was the top area that I told everybody to kind of be on. XOM was my number one play. Energy been paying, so we, following the whole midterm playbook. We, I got to kind of give myself a pat on the back for how well. I look back at that retro and how prepared I had the community. And if they listen, that's the biggest thing. If they listen and follow the playbook, and me and you kept talking about it, bro, we're like Jay said, it's been a good year. I know it's been a good year.
I mean, listen, the portfolio was green on these red days. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, energy been cooking, bro. I don't know. Really... If people listen, you're good. Now if you want to do your own thing, I get it. You got your own systems, but listen, analysis that we did in that retro and prepare for this year, I've been sticking to it 100%. And I've taken a few L's, but for the most part, my win's been way bigger than the little L's that I have taken. And so yeah, it's been a tremendous year. Shit, it's to the point where I really could have stopped trading last month for the quarter if I wanted to. I'm just adding the stats. I'm just padding the stats a little.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just chill.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, between XLE, XOM, Chevron, FANG, EOG, COP, man, we was cooking the energy sector. All them plays was busting. All you had to do was get in one and hold that joint, bro. All them joints was busting, bro. OIH. Caught that one at 310 in the beginning of the year. So, I say all that to say is, again, we was well prepared.
Yeah, because yeah, man, I tell you, man, we can really talk that talk, man, because we really walk the walk. I mean,
yeah,
you got the group, fire, you got the group prepared.
Yeah, we've been on fire.
Yeah, so when I'm complaining, I ain't talking about the regular market.
Yeah, you talking about futures and shit.
I just want to see the expansion. I need me a couple. But as far as that, man, the portfolio on green.
Yeah, but see, I think that's the thing though, right, bro? Is a lot of traders are frustrated with the market and probably the futures market too. But a lot of people are definitely frustrated with the market itself. You know what I mean? So, a lot of stuff been
Bro,
sideways, drawdowns and this and that. So, yeah.
you know what I would say is though, when you really think back, like I think we are saying this because all the real traders, you know, I mean, all of these traders, this generation of traders started, a little before COVID, after COVID, so
Mm-hmm.
we never really experienced nothing like this. Well, I would give what's his name? What I would give ICT credit for, like with his, he used to always say like get you a couple points in the markets and stuff like that. Now that's where that type of trading game you got to play. You just gotta learn how to adjust
Mm-hmm.
because now I would like those moves, but I also adjusted my strategy too. I'm still making money during these days. It's just not the price action I would like to see, but we're gonna still run it up.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
If you think
Yeah.
you hold the trade for more than 15, 20 minutes, then you must be mistaken.
Yeah. And I'll also say shout out to the pack because I think if had I not taken that boot camp at the end of the year last year, I probably would be getting towed up this year as far as the futures go. Cause you're right, yo. I be in and out, man. Like I be in and out. Once I get to my goal, I make my little, my minimum is 150. Once I get to 150, I'll be like, yo, I'll be scalping my ass off, dog. I'll be scalping, boy. I've been and like, weekly we talk about our performance and stuff. And, I look at my trading stats as far as the futures market go, and it's like I'll be doing a lot of trades, but at the same time, it's cause, bro, I be in and out, dog. I be
And now, like a business,
don't be playing,
bro.
bro. I don't be playing, dog. I
And then
give
now
you
like a game
I give
job,
you a quick little couple. I give you a couple ticks here and there, enough points. Oh, I'm out.
yep.
Wait till another good set. Give me a few more. Whoop. Then once I hit my goal, nigga, I'm done, dog. What?
And then now, boy, to
Oh,
not
I
be
am
playing,
not
bro, in
messing
these
around,
streets.
bro. I am not messing around, dog. So it just do be funny. Let me see who we got in the chat. Who we got in the chat? We got Tanya. She said, "What up?" We got Jay. My boy said, "What up?" He said, "It's been a good year." I will, yes, sir. We got King Rail in the building. Rent pay. I love it. My boy Enrich Society said, "What's good, y'all?" Definitely a see money, take money environment currently.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. You know what I mean? I definitely agree. To the extent of unless you in energy.
I mean, yo, to be
I'm
real,
just
like,
keeping it real, bro. If you've been in energy, you can chill, dog, because they've been paying all year. Everything else, yeah, you gotta really know what you're doing. But yeah,
yeah. And then when you think about it, man, like you could trade, like oil was running. You could be in the oil plays. Sometimes you gotta switch your instrument if you want to, but otherwise, you out of luck.
yeah, yeah. I mean, again, like you said, it's been really, again, I gotta say shout out to what's his name on this one. He talked about this when I was in the boot camp and how I can't remember the guy's name, but it was the guy who managed to like outperform the market during the '08, during the great financial crisis in '08. He
Yeah.
was saying that dude basically had like a mean reversion strategy.
Mhm.
And I'm feeling like that's what I see. That's what this current market environment reminds me a lot of. A lot of mean reversion. Um, but at the same time, it's like what I've been seeing is this whole stair step. It's a stair step down, right? Where you go 2 steps down, then you get a move up. Two
Yeah.
steps down, you get a move up, right? Where and what most people are used to, or at least what the trading environment was prior to, was goddamn 4-5 steps up and then a quick elevator down and then it's a big, you know what I mean? It was fast dips, quick recoveries.
Yes.
This right here ain't that.
It's not. Ooh, no.
This is a slow grind, right? This is a very slow grind. And I tweeted this a couple days ago that I think people really need to understand that this type of environment is really showing us what a true systematic unwind look like. Because big dogs can't just dump positions all at once. They'll crash the market.
Hell yeah.
So they gotta do this in increments, right? They gotta do this in batches. So they're gonna let it go down a little bit and they're gonna bring that shit up so they can get a better liquidity exit. And they're gonna bring it down and they're gonna bring it back up, bring it down, bring it back up. But this whole stair step down, it's killing folk. They don't know what to do.
Totally, bro.
They don't know what to do. So yeah, man. All I can really say is you gotta just. It sounds cliche, but you gotta put the work in and study, man.
And the thing is, like, you really do, because now, what happens in a market like this the next year or two? What you gonna do?
You say if the market's like this the next year or two?
I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So, some of y'all might have to go back to the drawing board and adjust your strategy a little bit, not change it completely, but understand what type of market environment you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, this things can change. Yo, I was in a trade this morning, man. It went, bro. I had looked away 1 second.
Here, let me pull your screen up.
It happened at 10:50.
There you go. You got it.
So this candle here. So I was long. We seen this breaker, bro. So I seen it like this, and then literally I turned away, bro. Like when it pops up, I like TP'd immediately. Mm-hmm. Look, I said, "What the hell just happened?"
This was at what time?
This is at 10:50, bro. I don't know what news line had hit, bro. I look, this candle did 18 points on the NASDAQ. I think did 100. Like, I looked away. Off the trade, bro. Like, I ain't even see the trade. Like, I ain't even see me TP. I'm thinking my joint glitching.
Oh nah, damn, that candle, yeah. But that's a 5-minute candle. Look how fast. It's like soon as the time turn, it just whoop.
But bro, it happened like, yeah, this was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the way it just happened, bro. I told you, bro. I looked away and I thought my computer was tripping. I'm like, what the hell? And then, like, yeah. But this is one of those you had to like, ooh.
Bro, today was a day where but I'm gonna keep it G. I can't even walk people through the trades I took today because I had no rhyme. I had no real rhyme or reason. I was like, oh, this can't, I would.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
I see a little setup. I was scalping it for a couple little ticks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. My whole thing was just keep, because I was doing the micros. So I was like, all right, let me bust out $30-$40 here and there until I get to my goal, which I did. I put on 2 contracts. That shit go up about 30-40. Whoop, take that profit. I'm not sticking around. And thank God I did, because today was an R1 day, basically.
Yep.
And them is not my days, bro.
Nope.
So the fact that I ended up green today, I'm like, whoosh, that's heaven sent, boy. Because yeah.
Is also too, bro, is like these were some big ranges too. So
yeah. You talking about like
you're looking at my screen here, like these moves, bro. Because my stop loss was really wide, right? In cat, but I'm like, yo.
on the ES.
Yeah, this joint. This was 22 points. You look up here. I did a 46-point trade.
But
Like,
look at all that. But like, look at all that chop though.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look at all that chop you had to deal with, all them crazy wicks and up and down, up and down. Shit, how long did that trade take? That was probably what, an hour.
Yes, bro. I waited after news. Yes, I waited after news, and I called the trade in a 3-minute here.
Got it.
Around this
So
area.
right about 10.
So
yeah, yep. Well, another good thing.
Yeah, hour exactly. Look at that.
Another good thing about today was I did peep overnight. Both was like I think it was what, short trues.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got that short this morning, the whole time I was thinking we was gonna go short false in New York. It just took till I ain't gonna front. I watched it. It really went false exactly at like 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Like right at 11. Like you really had to stick it out to that last 11-15 block for that shit for it to finally trigger shortfalls. And even then when we did trigger shortfalls, after that it fizzled out. We just kept kind of like chopping around. And so yeah, man, this is crazy market. And for the rest of the week, we ain't got no news. We ain't got no earnings. So everything is going to be predicated on this ceasefire, if it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Oil prices, right? If oil go back down, then we might, we could see some relief in the market.
Yep.
And the VIX. It's 8 o'clock too, bro. Let's see if we can catch a little Sean.
Yeah. Where the VIX at?
It's still elevated.
Yep.
It's still pretty elevated. All right, let's see what we get here at 8 o'clock, man. So I'm watching this.
I'm gonna paper this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I really want to trade this action today. Huh?
I'm just going to paper it, yeah. See where it do.
I don't blame you because that move that move right when the bell, that pretty much took all our overnight trading.
Nearly no room. There'll be no space.
Nothing, dog.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been some interesting times.
Man, what? Yes, it has. All right, there we go.
Oh, this would have been a good trade.
Yeah.
Let's see
what happens.
And then like I've been trying to be in and out because definitely like when somebody in the comments said quarter week, I'm doing quarter end stuff for work, so I'm definitely like
busy,
super busy. Bro.
Oh yeah. You're right. You talking shit. You just made me remember we is about the quarter about to be done.
Yep. All the meat and stuff, bro. Like, but yeah, I mean, so I've been like literally getting in, like trying to trade and do work. I couldn't even. But this trade right now printing. Let's see. I just think, regardless of the situation, bro, like just overall speaking, and just based off like common sense and general knowledge, is like, I mean, even if the war was the ceasefire or whatever, bro, it's going to be a minute to get them ships out of that strait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the video of how many ships out there.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
But what I heard is this: is that even if like you said, if the war was to end today, it's going to take anywhere from 3 to 4 months for everything to get back into the normal flow. So like the longer this shit is prolonged, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yep.
What was the open? 6 o'clock open.
66.47.
Yeah, right there. It look like they finna take this thing back down a little bit.
Yeah. It's but yeah, it's like what you said. It's that information. It's that information overload. If you stay on Twitter.
I would advise folks
Stay off that.
Stay far away from Twitter, bro. Some of it is reliable, but a lot of it is BS. Matter of fact, me and Quadree was talking about this, y'all. A lot of these people on Twitter, you know, it's for them. It's about speed. They don't really care about accuracy or writing it, like what's right. They just want to be the first to like, I put the news out there. So that's why you get a lot of. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot of fake news on both sides, right? But at the same time, you also get a lot of false tweets, and then the shit gets spread, and then retweets. That's why I will say that's another thing. I try to be more careful now of the stuff that I retweet and all of that, because a lot of this stuff don't be like verified, bro.
Nope. It kind of remind me of TMZ. But yeah, it kind of remind me of TMZ. Like, yo, we don't care if the story true. We're gonna put it out there. We're gonna let it do it, and then verify itself later.
Got it. Yeah, man. And did you see Dre text?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Dre, his one of his daughters got COVID, so he is on daddy duty. Totally understand. Hopefully, praying for little mama. Hopefully, she feel better, especially when the little ones are sick. That's never good.
Nope, not at all. I was chatting with Zay earlier, talking about them kids. The kids
You talking about who?
Remember we talked earlier about when you get sick, and then when you get it.
Oh, your boy, yeah, dog. Listen, that shit. So like, I'm dealing with it now. I got this dry cough with a headache. I'm like, man, I swear, bro. As you get older, I hate getting sick, especially like I was telling you earlier. I hate a head cold. Man, I feel like a head cold. Back in the day, I remember a head cold. My mom still sent me to school, bro. Better take some tissue. Better take some tissue with your ass.
Facts, bro.
I get a head cold now. I'm under the covers. I'm like, babe, I need you.
Being sick be equivalent to being sick sometimes be equivalent to being drunk, bro.
Dog, it's the worst.
You just be out of it, bro.
Dog.
Slurring your words a little bit. You like, dang, I ain't even making sense right now.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, man. So shit, I ain't even gonna front. Once we get off here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this NyQuil. It's about to be a wrap. That shit be hitting, bro. I ain't gonna front. I pop some NyQuil, dog. 30 minutes later, I be out. Good sleep too.
Like you pop a perk, boy. You popping the perk. That's just crazy, bro.
Oh man.
But yo, other news, bro. Like um, I'll just be hating all the stuff be happening when I'm trying to enjoy a vacation. I know it sounds selfish. I'm supposed to be going to enjoy a vacation. All this stuff going on with the TSA. You got the
Oh,
plane. You got the plane up the street crashing, and run into a fire truck. I'm like, come on, bro.
wait, what happened?
You ain't hear about the LaGuardia? The plane ran into the fire truck, killed the pilots.
Not on the tarmac or something?
Yeah, happened not last night, Sunday night.
What airport was this?
LaGuardia. It's everywhere.
Oh wow, nah, I'm gonna have to
Only
look
the
that up.
only for I know the pilots, the front of that plane, gone. But
Damn.
the pilots did their job to make sure that everybody else survived. But it's when they was landing too, bro. So
You said
like
they what?
the plane was landing on the runway, couldn't stop.
Oh, cause I mean,
You
only
know, when
got
you on the runway, you stop. You landing. Them they
that
said
shit going so fast. You got that.
they just threw some of the people on
What
the
the hell was
plane.
the fire truck doing right
Bro,
there when the plane
they
landed?
threw the air traffic control dude kept telling him to stop, but now they said this morning that he didn't have all the other fire trucks stopped, but that one kept going. So they didn't have a transponder in their joint. They didn't have like a radio in there to let them know.
Did the guys in the fire truck survive?
They said they ain't in stable condition. Only the pilots died right now.
Damn.
But when I say that, like the nose of the plane, that joint going. So them pilots were dead immediately.
Damn.
But I'm like, it's always. I'm like, bro, I don't know if it's this. I ain't going. I don't know if it's this administration now, but it's a little crazy stuff be going on, bro. Like it just like it's. I don't know if it's more frequent, like what's going on. I don't know, but it'd be crazy, man. I'm like last time I was going on a trip, the plane in Philly just fell from the sky. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but if
Yeah,
you are
man.
traveling TSA, 5 hours.
Now you right. You got all these issues with TSA now.
Yeah,
Shit's crazy, bro.
it's a lot of stuff going on, bro. It's like a movie, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of stuff going on in this world, bro. Trade markets,
bro. A lot.
Now we fucking up.
All right, let's see. Ooh, yeah, I know. I was about to say I'm about to see if I can get in at this Asia OU. Same with you. I'm about to just kind of. I'm gonna take it easy. My thing is I don't like the fact that.
Ooh, I'm glad
we are pumping. Good thing you did take it on paper, right? Yeah.
Oh, what the heck just happened, bro? See, look. What's the news?
Probably Iran confirmed. They probably confirmed.
That's sad. We gotta be like, what's the news, bro? We can't. Yeah, I'd be like, what's the news? What I miss? But ooh, look at that. I know that. Let me go to NQ. I know that joint gotta be going crazy. This is the ES.
Right, so we almost fired. Are we about to fire? Come on, I want us to fire long.
That was a 36 Kindle. Yeah, this is. I don't know what's being said, but this string off to the races.
Hold on, all we gotta do, let's go. All we gotta do, hit Twitter world. Even though we just said it. Listen, they usually got the first. Even though I say you got to be careful with Twitter. Whenever I see a pump like that,
yeah,
that's the first place I go because it's something. I don't see nothing.
Yeah, I don't see nothing either.
You say you stopped following First Squad? I'm about to unfollow them niggas too, bro. I find financials used to be the most.
They're most reliable. Yeah,
they're the most credible.
After because when they said that, and then they tweeted it like later. Unconfirmed. Now it's unconfirmed. And then somebody was like, "Yo, y'all be putting out. You the one putting out the fake
That's what I'm saying, because we be so quick to guy they ain't gonna retweet it or whatever, but it be like, bro, you gotta confirm that shit, man. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna get filled. Let's see what happens here. Oof, bringing it back down. All right, I'm gonna try it right here. Let's see what happens.
I'd be like, yo, part of me be like, yo, I should just wait. Let me stop day trading for a couple of weeks. Let the market rebalance. I can't do it.
Look at it, bro. Let's keep it real, bro. We at the end of the quarter, right?
Yes.
We've honestly, how I feel, and I'm doing this myself, is, you know, from a market options perspective, there's no need to overextend yourself.
No.
Right? Especially if you had a good first quarter. Like if you had a good first quarter and you gotta understand you are in the minority, because you probably beat in the market. You definitely probably beating the majority of hedge fund managers and all of that shit. And so, I'm looking at my ROI right now. I'm like, dog, I told you, and I told the runners too. I was like, I'm done for the most part. Like, I still got that itch. So yeah, I did get some SPXs. That's all I've been really playing. I haven't gotten no new positions like talking about. And last week I did some cleanup. Like I told Quadree, I felt myself kind of getting away from my strategy was. So I actually closed out a few positions that had I kept them, they were doing well. Like the XLC puts, they Google tanked today, so them joints was still printing. Then the Micron puts that I had 420s for this week. They end up going into money on Friday. I got out early, but if I would have held on to them, they done went $20 in the money today. So those was good ones. I ain't mad at my spot puts. They've been doing, they were cooking and doing well all year. So I'm glad I got out on those. But after that, I'm just like, all right, let me, I need to, like you said, mentally reset, refocus, remember what my game plan was for this year. And we about to go into a new quarter. We're gonna have to reassess. We gotta get our plan together. And it's just like, it's one of those moments where as traders, I think you gotta take a moment to not only mentally reset, but celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, enjoy the wins. Shit, I'm probably gonna go out and spend a little bit of money. I'm gonna treat myself. You know what I mean? Like, I had a really good first quarter. Why not? You know what I mean? Enjoy the what do they call it? What? Enjoy the fruit of your loins. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that work we put in, you know what I'm saying? We executed this past quarter. So, and then when we come back in April, it's like, yo, we're gonna have a fresh perspective on the market. Like you said, the market will have done what it did, got out of this funk. We can come see it with fresh, clean eyes, and then it's just a reset, right? Find that good opportunity, set the quarter off right, get that first 100% again, and goddamn fruits of your labor. There you go. And get that first trade of that quarter, get that shit popping, get that 100%, that sets you off right, and then from there it's good. So yeah, that's kind of like you said, that's what I've really been doing. Is I'm just going focus on futures. I ain't really been taking too many at least not no new positions. I will say this, and I'll say this on a live tonight. It's a position that I am looking at really hard that I might have to just bite the bullet. I almost bit the bullet today, and I'm kind of mad I did, but Microsoft. Bro, I don't know how much longer I can just look at Microsoft at these prices without pulling the trigger. Can it go lower? Sure. But dog, because me and you been talking about it. Yeah. And then you showed me the one contract. And that 28 I showed you, it done got way cheaper.
Let me look, bro. I actually got
that 2028 joint done got way cheaper, bro. You said what?
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that 2028 done got way cheaper.
40% cheaper.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm like, Man, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to just look at it, yo. Like when we talked that they were going for those joints, they was going for like what 20 or something like that.
Yeah, hold on, I'll tell you right now. They were 1933 when I added it.
Where they at now? Like
1178.
Come on, we talking about a stack almost, and that's 2028.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, man, I don't know,
That's
bro.
one of those you just put money.
Larry, what's good, Larry? Larry is in the building,
bro. And what's crazy, a lot and people ain't peeping. Like a lot of these price targets, which tricky is a lot of the price targets is remaining the same too.
Oh yeah. I mean, bro, we talked about it. Microsoft did a whole round trip, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Microsoft did it.
I might get that thing tomorrow. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hold on, let me see. So I'm in this saying like Quadree, I took this long. Let me see. I'm gonna add one if we come back down to this 51.25.
And it's because like, bro, we see what can happen, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That's a like.
I'm gonna go pull up Microsoft now.
I ain't gonna lie. Oh, we sitting right in the gap too.
What talking about Microsoft?
Yeah, the gap from April 25.
What gap?
I'm on a daily.
Shit, it's past that gap, my G. Oh, it's another one. Okay. I was about to say what?
Between 372 and 372 and 367.
Let's see. All right. So just to give people a perspective on what we see from Microsoft. Right. So first things first is I gotta, shout out to the trend line traders. I'm about to do a little trend line.
Bro, I feel like this is a free.
Right. So I'm gonna do a. No, you said it's a free what?
I feel like it's a free 100%. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. Like a free 100% trade, bro.
So let's check out a few things though. So this is the 2020 low. This is the 25 low, and then you can see when we had the bear market, we came down to the trend line, broke it a little bit, but eventually we stayed on it for the most part, and then eventually we blasted off, right? So if I just use this gauge, I'm gonna do a couple of things that's gonna help me out here. One is I'm gonna go to this low and probably go to here to say first thing first is when we first broke, let's for example say this is when we broke it. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So you may, even if you start a position now, you might have to deal with 6 months of consolidation before you get a recovery. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how far away from the trend line did it fall. At its peak, which is this is the lowest. So people can see this, right? This was the deepest pause we were away from the trend line, which was 11, almost 12%, right? So even if I go up here and say, okay, from this trend line, if this thing was to fall an additional, say, to the 12%, what's that, 11.5? Yeah. So, ooh, bruh, do you see where it can put you at?
Yeah, that's the next level.
You see that little gap right here?
I ain't see a gap, but I see a level. Yep, I see the gap.
But it's all right. So here, there's a small gap.
Yeah,
right?
It's the imbalance right there. Yep, I see it.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm cool with that. This is for me. This is a definite. If it gets here, I don't care. I'm buying for sure, 100%. If that shit gets to 338, I am 100% buying. But I wouldn't be mad if you started a position here in 2028. It's going to work. Dog, yeah. I like it, man. I like Microsoft here. And then I also was doing this too, bro. So from this high to this low, when we had this was the Liberation Day sell off. When it made this high, it only pulled back 26%.
Yeah.
When it did the bear market from that high to this low, it pulled back 38%.
And right now, yeah,
currently right now, 33.
Yeah.
So okay, so maybe let me go to 39. Let me go to 39.
58.
Get the fuck out of here. 39 land right at that same price level, 340.
Oh, it's a dub. It's not financial advice.
Yeah. Not financial advice, but I'm telling y'all, I'm definitely buying that 340.
We do not know what we're doing.
Damn, that's wild. Okay. 340. Let me see.
You don't know what we're doing. We undefeated this year.
But to your point, right? You got like a lot of software names that have been in the bear market. You know, yeah, man, it's this. Well, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, because this is the other part, right? We know that this next quarter we about to go into is historically the worst quarter.
Yes, sir.
Right, year two, quarter two. That's usually the worst quarter as far as gains during a 4-year cycle, 4-year presidential cycle. And so it's one of those things like what's your game plan? I ain't gonna say what advice you give people. How are you looking to attack it? We can only, we can't give advice, so we can only talk about it from our perspective. How you looking to attack it?
We talk, like I'm sitting on cash right now. You already know the play is Q2 is historically the worst in the midterm year. And it's all about just striking at the right time. And we miss out the opportunity. We got other ones, but I'm just waiting. Like that's a great one right there. Like, and I do believe this. So, even if I tell you this, like I think with I ain't gonna say the play you was in, but just say software is whatever. I feel like the money gonna go out because it's the most beaten down.
And we know it's going, and I won't say we know it's going to bounce back, but there are certain companies that have a certain pedigree to where if you really do the research on it, like it's a price disconnect right now. You know what I'm saying? It's an overreaction.
I will say this though, and go back to what you asked me is like, I'm just sitting patiently, bro. Like there's no rush. Like you said, we had a good Q1. And it's just it's what we talk about. Let's trade the better and just make sure we have the good entries. We done did the research and just being patient. And I'll tell you this is the most patient I've ever been in the market from a trading, like a real like portfolio option trade perspective. Not much movement going on. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's all about just sticking to the plan.
Yeah. Giving yourself enough time to let the thesis play out.
Because like you said, if this last year, 2 years ago, bro, I'll probably have no money. I'll probably be frustrated, bro.
Yeah, because you be chasing shit.
Trying to chase. The big thing I did, I definitely silenced the noise. Like I'm not really in anything like far as that many active groups or anything like that. Ready to just talk to you and stay in the community, but just limiting the noise and just going about my day. And I'm like, oh, this is where real trading is. You don't have to stress every day because you
sticking to your plan. Yeah. And to that effect, man, I'll say the best thing, reflecting on this quarter for me, I gotta say is like sticking to our energy call, bro. And just riding that out, bro. Like, even though, I definitely pivoted to within energy to different plays, but it was still, it was the same setup every time. It was like, I went like XOM showed the way.
Yep.
Like XOM showed the way. XOM was like, yo, when that shit had that base and it broke out of all-time highs, and I'm looking at all these other energy names. I'm like, yo, they all gonna follow.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
CVX was next.
I got in and out of different, like you said, in and out of different.
Yeah, like, bro, we can go all them setups, and I'm gonna keep it G. Some of them still got room to go.
Yes, they do.
Like XOM is great, new all-time high today. Chevron is great, new all-time high today. But names like Fang, which we in, that's still not back at all-time high yet.
Not at all.
COP still got room to go. EOG still got room to go. Yo, you know which one popped off that I said was also gonna go? It's back. It's at all-time high now. PSX. Remember I told like, yo, PXX is just sitting there. It's about to go. I looked the other day. I said, damn, that joint gone too.
Going, bro.
Yeah, all them. You know, if you just play the ETF XLE, gone. So you're right. I think I played just about. I played a good majority of those names. Like I definitely played COP. EOG was a big winner for me. Fang is cooking right now. I wish I would have went heavier in Fang, bro. We called that Jake is going. Chevron, XOM were big winners for me. XLE was a big winner. Am I missing a name? So I'll say shout out to Trey because he called MPC. I never got into that.
Yeah, he did.
But that joint was cooking. VLO been cooking. That was usually one of our favorites, but it was gone from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was pretty much all the names. I did CVX, XOM, Fang, EOG, and COP. OIH. What is going on? Uh-oh. Glad I ain't in no trade right now because something just went crazy. OIH was cooking. So here's my thing, bro. We need is it just gonna be energy all year?
Bro, I'm telling you,
I feel like what's going. I'm surprised healthcare ain't wait. Consumer staples ain't working. Healthcare ain't working.
Bro, they said skip the defense. We want to write the energy. They like, yo, energy the only thing gonna be popping. It goes back to like I remember I posted the first couple of days of the year where I think energy will be. Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
My bad. Go ahead. But you see this price action, bro. I know you watching it too. I was like, yo, what? This happened
like that. But I said earlier, like, you know, I mean, beginning of the year, like this energy could be of gold, silver last year.
Yeah.
You know, when they do have his, I tell you this, man, that pump going up, man. I paid $4.80 for gas yesterday. So
you paid $4.80?
Mm-hmm.
You said $4.80, like almost $5.
$4.80, bro.
Yo, I thought we had it bad. I went to our cheap gas station today.
Mm-hmm. Now everybody got one of those.
You know, that's the one that got the cheapest gas, right? So I went to our cheap gas station, and that shit ain't cheap no more. That joint is $3.85. Everywhere else is all $4. Everything's $3.99, $4, and that's why I said like that's the cheap one. That shit's $3.85.
Yes.
So I'm like,
I'm putting
yo,
30
bro,
30.
We pumping.
I'm putting 30 in there. Ain't nothing happened. I'm like, damn, I can't even moving. It's $30 in this tank.
Hey, it's funny you say that. I saw a tweet, yo. This dude was like, what he say? He said, I put $20 in my tank and it laughed at me. Yeah. I was weak. Yo, there's got to be something going on, bro. You seeing this 15-minute candle is wild.
I just watched it dip, like,
bro. The trade I was in, I was down like 700. Now it's back up 600.
My Australia CPI came out.
Okay, I'm about to just close this trade out. That was 600.
Australia CPI just came out. Yeah, 830. Yep.
Wow.
That's my fault. That was a red folder too.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
no wonder we had these crazy freaking gyrations.
Yep. And it was negative too. All of them was negative. So I don't know.
So
I
that
guess
must be a good thing.
it must be good for them.
Yeah, it must be a good thing. Well, Australia, they've been raising rates, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Based off what the dude said.
Yeah, FX. Yeah. Yeah, he's like they rate. Oh my god. All right, I'm looking at this daily candle, bro. We are hitting a key area on the ES right now. We could do some things. Let me. I gotta turn this off. Are we above? Not quite. Open. What's that? 59.
Bro, it's not going. But I tell you what, I don't know how this is. I have no knowledge of war, but I don't know how we end this without looking like a sucker. And I mean, none of me use
We
we.
gonna look like a sucker. It is what it
I'm
is.
only saying we because I live in America, but I don't know. Like, kind of like you slap your homie and then you want him to like. Well, this is worse. You didn't kill somebody whole
Maybe.
family. You want them to stop.
You said what?
That's like I just kill your whole family. Be like, yo, bro, let's end the violence.
I don't mean to laugh, but you're right though. That probably like it's not funny, but that's real shit though. Like, yo, this dude went over there, took out all their leadership, and he just think he gonna dictate all the terms.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, that's like if I roll up in somebody's crib, take out their whole family, and then I'm like, yeah, let's talk about ending this beef. Like, what? I need some get back, homie.
Yo, I just
Yeah,
I just don't know. Like January was Venezuela, February was El Mencho, March is the war. What April gonna be?
you said what's April gonna be?
The war continued.
I think so. Honestly, I think I told you what my whole thesis was, bro, which is, and this is a part of the reason why I kind of just was like, just relax at the end, this last week going into the end of the quarter, because a couple things. All right, first of all, let me break some shit down real quick, right? Let's do some things real quick. Let me take this off, and I'm gonna do it not from a futures perspective, but I'm gonna just use the general market. All right. Let's turn this on. Let's turn this off or take this off, right? So let's look at some things here, right? A couple of things. All right. So it's a couple of things that have been happening, right? First of all, right, we talked about we was in this range from 67.20 in 69.45. You could almost date it all the way back to October of 25.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because we sold off from 67.33. Kind of went up a little bit, came down, went up. After this was the Thanksgiving rally, and after the Thanksgiving rally, we literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks of basic sideways price action, right? So the big thing was once we broke out of this range, you typically travel the distance of what the trading range is. So if you do 69.45 minus 67.20, that's 225 points, right? Mm-hmm. So when you do the math and you say likely are to travel in that 225 points, 67.20 minus 225 gets you 64.95, which is basically 6,500. Now, this is where like all the confluence and all that type of stuff comes in, which is that ironically, this 64.95, which was right here, is where the weekly 50-day moving average is.
Mm-hmm.
I go down to the daily, that's where the daily 200-day moving average is.
Yep.
Right? So once you test, those two areas, especially once you test that weekly 50-day, you typically see a 3 to 5% bounce. And that is then once you get that bounce, you are at a big inflection point.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's either this pullback was a healthy pullback in the bull market, and this is going to mark the low, and we good, or that 3 to 5% bounce is going to end up turning into a dead cat bounce, and we're going to have another leg lower.
Yes, sir.
Right. And so, all right, so that's one part of it. The next part of it is we have taken out quarterly lows. Right? I put the chart on the 3-month. You look at the SPX, right? We took out fourth quarter low. We go look at, say, the NASDAQ. We took out last quarter low. You look at the Dow Jones. It took out last quarter low. The only one that hasn't taken out last quarter low is the Russell. And that was the one that was showing relative strength all year anyway, right? So when you think about that, we've kind of grabbed that liquidity that was under those quarterly lows. So once again, you should, in my perspective, is you should be looking for a bounce. It's going to take that low, bounce back in the range, and then it's going to look for either rejection or it's going to continue going higher. So right now, last week on Friday, that's when we kind of took all those quarterly lows, which is why I even put on Twitter like, yo, I'm kind of done pressing the shorts at this point in time because all the targets been hit. We done hit the 50-day, 200-day. We took quarterly lows. It's the last week of the month where we're going to probably see some. It's after quad witching. You typically see some rebalancing. Hell, a lot of, even if you look under the hood, a lot of stocks are way in correction territory.
Yep.
So it only makes sense that you should be, looking for a bounce. You look at sentiment. 52% was bearish last week. We had extreme fear on the fear and greed index. The NAAIM was at extreme lows. You look at the breadth of the market, it was like all of the indicators was like 10% of stocks above the 20-day moving average, 10% above the 50-day. It was at those levels where that's where you look to buy.
Yep.
So, coming into this week, bro, shit, we talked about it on Friday where I asked people, I was like, yo, y'all think I'm crazy if I buy some calls over the weekend? Lucky. I don't look. Sometimes you do need a little bit of luck.
Yep.
But at the same time, I told us buy calls on Friday, and that's a risk. But I'm like, bro, we had the VIX rule on Friday. I'm like, bro, we gonna bounce Monday or Tuesday, or we got a good shot. I'm willing to take it. It just so happened news came out and we shot up. I'll take it, call it luck, whatever. But my decision of why we bought calls had nothing to do with a tweet.
Yeah, no, it did not.
And then same thing today, which is, I'm saying I was in some, but then I was like, you know what? I feel like I need another day because when I seen this inside day today, I'm like, they might try to bullshit us on Wednesday and then they draw it out till Thursday. So let me get an extra day. And what happens? Right after the bell closed, they talk about a ceasefire. Once again, I didn't know they was going to announce that, but I'm looking at the technicals like, bro, we got a good shot of bouncing, y'all. So I told the runners, I'm like, yo, let's get some calls. Or I told them I got Thursday calls for the market to go to 67.40. Probably some people was like, you're probably thinking, yo, this nigga's crazy. But look what happens. Soon as the market closed, we get news that validates the move. Now we moving up. And I won't be surprised if we don't get to 6,700 tomorrow, maybe even push 6,720 on Friday. I definitely thought we was going to get there by the end of the month. But once again, all of that was predicated on price action. And like I've been saying all year, it's price first, everything else after. I'm just saying, yo, price is telling me this. Whatever news come out, it's either going to validate it or invalidate it. And all this year, if you're in the runners, the news has been validating a lot of our theses, from energy to just how we've been playing the market itself when it comes to puts and playing calls with this stair step down. You know, shout out to the weekly MAE, MFE. That shit been keeping us on point. When we get to them lows, take your profit, watch for a bounce. We at highs, take your profit, look for a short. We've been killing them. That's why I ain't going for it. That's why low key, I'm like, it has been a tough environment, but bro, we've been handling it very well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we've been, I ain't gonna say it's not tough, but we necessarily haven't been struggling like others.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
You know, we got some tools in the bag that have really helped us navigate this, like really, really well, really, really well. And bro, I love it, bro. We push it. Come on, baby. We about to get to 67.20 or 66.20. Oh, that's the one last thing I wanted to tell you too, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing, and I'll put this out there for everybody too. I read 2 articles, and between those 2, I know the numbers that Wall Street insiders are looking for. So the main levels that Wall Street insiders are looking for is 66.20 and 66.24. That's where a lot of insiders 200-day moving average is, you know, based on what they publish.
Yeah.
So if the market gaps up, which we are literally 5 points away, if we gap up and can hold that 66.20, 66.24, it should force a short squeeze. And of that short squeeze, it could the targets are, believe it or not, they actually they are shooting for 67.80. That's SPX. That's SPX though. So it's gonna be real. And look at that, oil is going down.
Yep.
That's what we needed to see. Ooh, gold is pushing. I bet you, yeah, I knew gold was gonna be pushing. Oh shucks.
I'm just lucky I ain't trading right now.
Just wait for the move in the morning, bro.
Got to, bro.
I ain't gonna front low key. I wanted to buy at the open, but as soon as the open, it was like, I was like, God dang. I low key wanted to short oil. That shit already down like 5% though.
You get bigger, better move. Damn. Yeah, this hasn't.
Yeah, everything that move. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna wait. I ain't on front though. Gold look good though. Let's see. What you got over here?
I'm just going to
let's see. King Rush said war ain't in until May at least, I think. Shit, it might be longer than that, bro. We got this freaking we got this ceasefire. Yeah, so we got this month-long ceasefire. So that you right. That I mean that if they don't work out a deal, it's postponed for a month. So yeah, May, and then if they say, okay, yeah, we ain't get no deal, they go back to fighting. That puts us May, June.
Still
I'm telling
Q2.
you, bro. I'm telling you, man. I see the manipulation, bro. They coming out with all this bullish talk, like, oh, it's a ceasefire and da 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 da. All of this is to help us get this end of the month retrace, and then once we get into April, we might go up a little bit more to make, I would say Q2 lower high, and then after that, I think May and June we could possibly see another leg down. Again, I'm gonna reiterate this again. Year 2 Q2 is the worst quarter of a 4-year presidential cycle. So,
bro, like right now that 200 days the resistance right now.
yeah, we're sitting right at it.
Yep. Yeah, that's obvious, right? But like, yo, I'm telling you, experience will tell you. I don't know. This ain't 2022, but it's different. But it's feels similar. Not similar, but
Right.
it's rhyming. It's rhyming. It's rhyming.
Yep. There you go.
And I lost a lot of money in 2022.
I think a lot of people had a rough 2022, bruh. Niggas was buying that dip, and that dip kept dipping, boy. Lord have mercy, boy.
Lose so much money you can't even cry.
Man, oh man, oh man. Rock my world, boy. But you know what? Anybody that made it through that and kept going,
yeah.
You listen, you'll never let that shit happen again.
No, you will not. A fact.
That shit taught a very, very valuable lesson, boy.
That's a fact, bro.
Oh, I know exactly where we at, bro.
That's why it's hard to explain to people, like, bro, if you really want to do this trading stuff, you better be built for it.
Yeah, buddy. And a lot of people ain't. They think they are. Mm-hmm. They really think they are, but they not, though.
Nope. Is that video I reposted? Blood in, blood out.
Yeah. Jay said those 100-point swings was killing folks, bro. Boy, murdering folks, dog. They was murdering folks, Jay.
Got you questioning your whole life. They said the stock market, you can make money.
The worst part about, one of the worst things about 2022 for me was I fucking knew better. I really knew better. I think that was at a time where I still had some influences in my head that was like, it's going to be all right. Whole time I'm looking at these charts knowing, like, one of the very first things that I ever was taught when I first got in the game was market structure. And I'm looking at these charts. I'm like, man, these shit is going way lower, but it was a lot of this the future, it's gonna be all right, and yada yada yada. I also think that was also at a time where that's where I really had to step up my macro game, because that was the difference maker. I ain't, them rate hikes, I ain't know it was about to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really knew the impacts of the rate hikes and how it was really, about to kill ish and inflation and all that, but again, I'm looking at the charts and I'm saying to myself, bruh, these jonks gotta come down. But I ain't understand. I wasn't at that time. I couldn't really put the 2 and 2 together like how I can now. So lesson learned, lesson learned, which is why I will say coming into this year, we've been on it, bro. Cause I'm prepared. I was prepared. I'm like, yo, if 26 is gonna be anything like 22 that midterm year, oh, I am ready. I am ready. And all the signs was there. Energy looking prime and ready to go. The market starting to slowly roll over. I'm like, bro, this shit is really looking like 22. You won't get me this time, buddy.
Nope.
You won't get me this time.
And that's the thing, man. If that experience, boy, gonna make you learn everything you need to know.
That's a fact.
That boy, like, so it's like
that is a fact.
Like that macro, like, even like now, bro. I ain't never been on no. I never looked into no war. I'm over here trying to study. Now I understand it a little bit to like at least be like, all right, well, and then it goes along and it goes right along with the thesis. And that's the thing, bro. Like, what is it? I don't know who said it. It may have been you, or it just be like, we know where we have a idea where it's gonna go. We just need that fuel to get there.
Yep. So and you know the thing, right? Like, we don't know what the excuse is gonna be, but the market always gonna find one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna find one. They will make up a narrative if they have to, bro. Like, that's why the theme has been price first this year, because we see, like we said, we see where price want to go. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, bro. And then we probably got to wrap it up. So it's two things, right? Number one, a good example of that is our oil call.
Yep.
Bro, we shout out to Dre, but we was talking about oil when the shit was 65.
Yep.
We like, yo, the way this chart looking, bro, this thing can go. And Dre was like, bro, we going to 100. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But we looked at it and we like, yeah, it can happen. It can definitely happen, right? And it was one of those things where it's like, look, we don't know what's going to cause this, but the way prices is what we see from a price perspective, bro, we going to 100. And lo and behold, here we are.
Right? I ain't gonna hold you. When you think about it, I felt that January 3rd, with that weekend with Venezuela was the signal.
Correct. It was. It absolutely was.
You think about it, looking, and it's like
you look back. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was the signal right there.
Yep, that was the signal. And then the second thing I was gonna say was this war, bro. I think the thing that's different about this war, well, I don't know. I mean, there was an oil shock when Russia and Ukraine happened in 22. And I mean, it's the same thing. It's a big oil shock with this one. I guess the point I was going to try to make was I don't really know if there ever has there been a war was there a war without an oil shock? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about the Iraq shit, that was an oil shock. But I don't know the last time there's been a war where it ain't really been like an oil shock per se. Because, I mean, all the wars lately been in the Middle East. I mean, outside of Russia and Ukraine. Even if you go back into the 90s, Kuwait, that was Middle East, Operation Desert Storm.
I mean, the way you think about it, I mean, if you type in, I just typed in and say, like, no, not really, but when you think about it, anything that's being impacted on that Middle East is oil.
Always.
I mean, like, that's just what it is. Even if it may not have been along, it's a reason to get oil.
Yeah.
Chucking along in.
Yeah. So.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you one thing, and I know. Now, this is what it could have, should have, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But if I knew what I knew now, I would have bought the living mess out of this thing, bro. When oil went negative, when it was down here,
that's what.
Yo, if I knew, and I swear, I hope we'll get another chance because I know what to do. I know what to do now.
Right.
This
Look. Moving forward, we gonna know whenever we get energy. When we get energy type shocks, let me go. Yeah, I know the play.
Yo, listen, like if we do solve this thing, I'm definitely looking for. But
yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, when we was talking about oil back in, I think I told you in December, I started watching Landman, bro. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been a lot of oil prices, boy. Don't let me figure this out. But
right.
It makes a lot of sense. Man. It just experience, man. We knew what can get us there. It's just that how are we gonna get there?
How are we gonna get there? Yep.
Because even now, look at this. Oh, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Thinking back then, now
go ahead. We'll go over a little bit. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Hindsight. Look at this, bro. Perfect opportunity.
I think that's.
I remember we was having that conversation. I just should have bought more.
Yep.
So we know.
And now look at it. It's rolling over.
Perfectly, bro.
It's rolling over.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen stuff in 2022 like this and kept buying.
It's gonna bounce back. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Listen, it bounced back just 3 years later.
It did. That's why you got by that time.
Yeah, right. But nah, on that note, man, it is 9 o'clock. We about to go ahead and cut it off here. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. I think Dre might be able to join us tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, man, hopefully tonight, we gave y'all some good value. I think the main thing I want to say before we leave is kind of what I mentioned earlier. Just want to reiterate, which is that, the quarter is almost over. If you've had a good first quarter, don't blow it trying to, be superhero at the end of the quarter. Like, yo, really take some time, size down a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't really go too crazy and enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? You had a great quarter, start game planning now for how you want to attack quarter two. Think about what you did well, what you didn't do well, what you want to change, how you can improve when you're trading, things like that. Get in the lab because you got a whole week and a couple days to kind of really fine tune before we get into Q2. And so, yeah, I think that's what I'm personally going to be doing. And if anybody asks me what do I think they should be doing, that's what I would be basically telling them. Like, look, this quarter's almost done. Just chill out. Get your list together of companies you might want. Start, working on them charts and figuring out what levels you want to buy or where you might want to short or whatever your game plan is. So that way, when we get to Q2, you locked in and you ready. So yeah, what you got for him, Quadree?
Yeah, listen, like we said, just relax. This is the time to do research if anything, any stocks you like or anything you're trying to consider. Definitely, look up research Q2 midterm year, see what pops up, do your homework.
Yep. Word. Well, with that being said, man, y'all have enjoyed the rest of y'all evening. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, 7:30. We out.
Deuce.